Hello, this is Jason Thomas, CEO of JTC Blue Collar Developers. Today I wanted to tell you about the orientation process that we have that will help you understand how you would never have to look for an ordinary job again in your life. Jobs and certified training are done all in one here at JTC. We do this to help you resolve the stress of having college debt the rest of your life. Blue collar people do not need college debt. We can learn on the job with our hands the way your grandfather did, which is the correct method for construction blue collar work. We also show you how to never miss any hours that you're owed. Perfect time card keeping software is included with your work. How to learn about the next project. In our app where you keep perfect hours of your time, you can also hit the community section and find out when the next project is coming up and maybe the things that you want to learn on that project. How to get faster raises. One of our guys that you see in this picture here, Chad, he's had 4 raises in 1 year. It's not unusual at JTC. You work hard, we reward your work ethic. Find more consistent and more professional jobs. We'll introduce you to the people that are looking for high-end, long-term, loyal, and dependable people. That's worth a lot of money. We'll show you how those people work and the nuances of their company while you're working for us and learning and getting certified. So basically, you'll come to the conclusion of how to run your own business, if that's what you want. If not, you'll understand how businesses operate will make you a better employee for them. Live a debt-free lifestyle. JTC perks and educational opportunities. Fire alarm technician scholarships. We can make you into a fire alarm in less than 6 months' time, a fire alarm technician. Those guys make up to $28 an hour. You have free after-work self-help seminars, 4 hours in length once a month. Make it easy and convenient for you to come in here, knock out a seminar, get a certified certificate like you see Leo here holding, and then move on up the ladder with documented proof of your work ethic. Lunch and learn speaker programs. I bring in speakers from all over the country, local entrepreneurs, people that help you go take care of debt and how they teach you methods in order to learn and accelerate your career. Free tools for attending any of our classes. Professional tools, the same types that your boss uses. Never miss any hours by clocking in and out. It's very common complaint in construction that we miss hours, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, coming in for a safety meeting, staying over for a cleanup duty. A lot of times these get slipped through the cracks, make you frustrated, make you have to sound the alarm to the higher ups and you sound like a squeaky wheel. That never happens with us as long as you use this method. It's called Paylocity app. It's a timekeeping app, a lot like Paychex or Paycom, some of those places. The whole world's going to timekeeping online using your cell phone. So let's learn it now and be ahead of the game. So important to note that if you clock in late, you will get docked 15 minutes. So make sure, and that's usually 15 minutes of overtime. So make sure if your start time is 7 o'clock, do not clock in after 7 o'clock unless you want to take the penalty, unless you indeed are late. There are methods in case a mistake happens, but once again, communication to your JTC contact about that, or HR department can clear that up really quickly. Make sure that you initiate the contact. We won't see these late come-ins as an error unless you initiate the contact with us. Use time off tab. If you're going to use the time off tab, by the way, the punch tab is where you clock in and clock out. The other tab here is after you log in, this would be time off tab, and you can request a time off, whether it's paid or unpaid. To see if you've got vacation in your time off tab, please review your JTC manual of benefits. Supervisors of JTC and JTC managers can see when you've requested a time off. See how it says sick here? That's all we need is a little note and time when you want it scheduled off. Try not to miss any work because there are others willing to take your place at any time if the attendance becomes an issue, which is the number one issue in construction: attendance, attendance, attendance. This is why we use this method to track and measure the people who hardly ever break a schedule. Breaking the schedule is the mortal sin in construction. If you don't understand that, then you will eventually, because it's going to happen to you. All right, communication solves all problems. If you have something that happened to you, communicate. Your funeral, communicate. Dental appointment, communicate. Use this unpaid time off. This will blast out to JTC and the contractor all at one time what happened to you. All you have to do is enter a simple note at the bottom. Late for work, sick, long lunch, have to take off early for court, whatever it is. Communication solves all problems. Very important there. So your job is finishing. What is next? I get this call a lot where guys are freaking out because they're about to finish their big giant tower job and they haven't seen the other one start up yet, so they're thinking they need to go look for a job. This is not the proper method. The proper method with us is to check the community section for news and events. I will have our workforce development officer, his name's Eric Lynn, he'll be posting on the community section pictures of the up and coming jobs. So if you want to see the new jobs and new opportunities, maybe a new career path, if you're not satisfied with the one you're in, then let's move over to something else like glazing, glassworks at the airport. We got things on Tinker Air Force Base that pays a whole lot for fire sprinklers. We've got all kinds of fire alarm jobs firing off all over the state. Let me know if there's something that you are interested in. We'll move you up the ladder because that's what we're in the business to do. Community section. Also, company links. If you need to know, if you've lost your JTC manual benefits, you can always click on the manual. If you don't know the vision policy, if you don't know the summary policy, if you don't know anything of the dental sign-up form, it'll all be there in the links part of the job. So check on those two sections and we'll make sure that your communication is stellar. How do I build a resume of character? Okay, this is unique to JTC and all the world. What we do is invented this app called a character resume system, and all it does is track your certificate training that you've signed up for in the beginning, your license achievements, your tools that you'll be acquiring. We're measuring your ability to gather those and turn it into points, but mostly attendance records. We match your attendance compared to everybody else in the company, and you're either A, B, or C. It's a lot like school. So if you need better opportunities, let's get the attendance up to where it needs to be, because the big bosses that have deep pockets with a lot of money, they're definitely going to take the A and B people on attendance. 100% of the time, attendance is going to be your metric that lets bosses understand how involved you are in learning their company ways. Attendance is keep. Keep a schedule and get rewarded. Eric here is getting his professional license, and we're more than happy to get those scholarships for you. It costs you thousands of dollars on your own, or going to school for years, or debt for the rest of your life, or you can come to JTC and do it while you're working. We're paying you. Why have a goal in construction? Well, one of my business bosses told me, it's actually one of my coaches, I do take coaching as well. Even on the highest levels, you need coaches, you need guidance, you need instruction, you need inspiration. So, having a goal. Why have a goal? It's like running a race without a finish line. You never run a race without a finish line because you would never get through. It would wear you out and you'd eventually have to quit. Having a goal is like having a finish line. Glazers. These guys are making mid-20s, no license to install. Nice job that, yes, it has a lot of heights in it, but you know where you're doing the stained glass over at the airport, the Will Rogers, you will look at that stained glass the rest of your life and your kids and your grandkids and say, my daddy built that. We're doing something more than average jobs. Everything starts in carpentry. Carpentry's like a handyman where you can learn everything at once. A lot of you might start at a gate or an elevator. Don't be alarmed. Those are still carpentry jobs. You're going to meet everybody in the job site in that elevator or at that gate. Can you see the opportunity? Meeting people and building networks will present to you without having any money spent in school. Or you can go to school and pay $120,000 for the rest of your life. That's what it costs at the state college. Okay? By the way, experience is king. 100% of the guys out in the field will take somebody with hands-on experience rather than a document of school. It's just how it works. 85% of our people will move on to these higher-end positions like welding, fire sprinklers, fire plumber. Fire plumber, I guess we'll call it fire sprinklers. That is the highest paid one we have at JTC. And yes, carpentry comes into the prerequisite. Before there was fire sprinkler, there was carpentry. To learn tape measure, learn material, learn tools, learn terminology, learn commercial plan reading. We do all that in the carpentry starting point. A lot of you guys will start off at a humble level. You know, if you can't make it past the humble level, you'll never make it on the skilled level and absolutely won't make it to the professional level. We're looking for guys that never quit. Never give up. What can you do with a person that never quits and never gives up? JTC Communication Teams. We specialize in communicating between the big bosses and you. The licensing, the training, the questioning, the mentoring, we call this. So Jimmy's our low volt mentor for electrical. We got other ones for, this is low volt electrical. We got high voltage electrical mentor. We got welding mentor. We even have a mechanical mentor. So if you guys are really interested in learning higher end licensed trades, let's have this as a goal, and then we'll move you on with our communications. You can call Jimmy at any time to answer your question. Don't forget to call Mike Thomas in our Tulsa office. He's doing some really cool things with hands-on. He's our operations officer, and he's building sinks for outdoors. He's doing shipping container buildings. He's doing a massive amount of welding stuff that's very fun. You'll love what we're doing with the operations. Once again, building your resume at the same time. Welders, fire alarm sprinklers, and surveyors. Technology-driven industries. Why is it technology-driven? Because a lot of these surveyors, for example, are running drones. They're running total station robots. They're running laser equipment. Alarms and sprinklers are always changing. The fire alarms, it used to have wires. Now it's all wireless within 5-year window. The welders always need to learn how to run new software and understand the nuances of that career point. Carpenters turn into superintendents after 2 to 5 years. Fire sprinkler tech can make up to $47 an hour. Fire alarm tech makes up to $28 an hour. I just got one in. My tech makes $28 an hour. Now he has more than 2 years of experience. Just because you have the license and we help you with the scholarship get the license doesn't mean you can actually perform the work up to the highest $47 level. You are going to have to put in 2 to 5 years to be able to become a professional. Okay, 2 to 5 years. We'll get you the license, we'll get you the training, we'll get you certification, we'll get you started. 2 to 5 years is on you to be able to learn that industry, acquire the tools and the knowledge, go to the seminars, get your certificates on the higher level, and then move your way up to that $27, $28 an hour employee. Never have to look for another job again. This is Sam De La Rosa. He was one of our fire alarm techs. He started January 22nd. It is now in July. He is a technician. He can have apprentices underneath him. He only had 2 tools, I think, or less than that coming into this door in January. And now halfway through the year, he has gained all that. Free tools, incentives, all on the way for coming to the classes, commercial plan reading, alarm training license, and even awarded our first JTC scholarship for low voltage technician, fire alarm technician. Worth up to $600, but it's money back in your pocket you won't have to spend in school. Mostly the time having to spend in night school is really worth more or as much as the money. Sean Young, great story there. He had some rough patches in life, and he finally found consistency in construction after us. And he went through about 4 or 5 assignments. One was with J. Dunn, and several was with Lingo, some other general contractors. He finally settled into a smaller mom and pop company, a countertop company, and now he's a professional countertop. He's doing high-end bars in New Jersey. I've seen some of the pictures. His work's outstanding. This guy's got skill, he's got talent, and he was always picked over. Sean's had 4 raises. He acquired his OSHA 10 back in 2017. His skid steer training, fall protection, silica awareness, respirator fit test, and forklift cert. Those are things that you will need in any countertop job. But he is a high-end countertop job because I guarantee the guys in residential will not have all these training documents. So Sean is highly valuable employee. I'm sure he can go anywhere, any countertop company in the whole country, and he get hired that day. So it's not an ordinary job when you have a skill set like these guys have acquired. Shout out to the Sean and Sam. Good workers there. Finally, links to the videos, benefits, and promises. We like to have promises in writing. We like to be able to show you our integrity. We'll have trainings all the time, once or twice a month. You have to shout out at our HR department. Burton Ferris runs the HR. You'll see him in the contact page. Scroll back through this presentation if you've missed his phone number. I'm going to post this on YouTube, so they'll also have some links to how to clock in and clock out, how to call into work properly, how to get your benefits signed up. We're going to show you the bunch of how-to videos that'll be in the description. Okay, just simply click on those. Don't forget, at the end of this hiring presentation, a manager will come back in and we'll go over expectations agreement. Well, that's our contract. Once again, I'm really big on written promises so you guys can sleep well at night knowing we are not going to be blowing smoke or telling you lies or exaggerating about your opportunities. Everything is 100% real here because it's in writing. Get that at your next job if you happen to move on from the company. Promises in writing, so important. Communicate. So finally, we like to say, communicate with the HR department, communicate with your supervisors, communicate with everybody all at once through our app, and your job is secure. Really, attendance is key, but communication is the foundation of it all. Communicate, communicate. If you have problems, if you have issues, if you have questions, there's several people to call at JTC. I hope your time here is rewarding, and honestly, I hope it's the funnest job you've ever done. It is stressful. We do work a lot of hours, but everything that we record is going towards a career. Remember, do not run a race if it has no finish line. Thank you, guys. Call anytime if you have any questions. Have a good one.